Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pacific Brawl League. This is British Bulldogs versus Australian Shepherds. My name's John Moore. I'll be casting this game for you guys. So, just running through each player on either side. British Bulldogs, first of all, Radiant team this time. We have Acid Reigns, Trick Hicks, Pervy Sage, Quantum, and Mr. British, aka Mr. Farmer there in game. Meanwhile, on the opposite team, the Dire side, we have Chessie's, or Chess Harvest in this case, Snaggart, which I believe is Demi Desmosome in Discord. Yeah, I believe so. Jonesy, I Am a Doggy, and finally Pikachu. Now, getting right into the bans here, we've got a Magnus ban immediately from British Bulldogs, fair enough, being a universal hero. Magnus has been fairly strong as of recently. Followed by the Underlord there as well. Some big AoE teamfight being taken out immediately by British Bulldogs. Aussie Shepherds though, on the other hand, might just call them Shepherds this game, I don't know. Though, they have banned two agility heroes there, the Clinks and the Gyrocopter. Now, Gyro, I don't see that banned that often. The hero kind of feels weak at some points, especially late game. Maybe I'm just not playing it right, but it's more of a mid-game oriented hero, like early to mid snowball and win the game kind of thing. He does farm fast and he puts out a lot of mixed damage with his magic. I can't remember, Rocket Flare? No, not Rocket Flare. Rocket Barrage, I believe it's called. There you go. Anyway, the picks are coming out. We've got a Lion coming out from British Bulldogs, and the immediate response there is Necro Silencer. Kind of surprised. No top tier meta picks so far. Like, I'm thinking universal heroes, but the Silencer has been picked up pretty often though. So, nice snag there by the Australian Shepherds, able to dish out quite a lot of damage. Especially if he snowballs, gets a lot of int, and he can actually pretty easily help carry the team despite being in the support position. So quite a strong pick there. The first universal hero coming by British Bulldogs though, and the second support, it's Venomancer. Lion Veno combo, pretty deadly honestly. They wouldn't put them in the same lane of course, but both of them bringing some unique attributes to the laning stage. Lion with his stun and the mana drain, plus Venomancer with the slow and the constant harass. Necrophos will have to get a lot of last hits in order to survive, unless he's going mid, which is a possibility. Necro mid can be quite annoying to deal with, harder to force him out when you're just playing solo, so whoever he's up against mid, not in for a great time. I believe it's Mr. British mid. Usually on British Bulldogs. Anyway, Medusa ban coming out. The meta carry, I'd say, in this patch, despite its 50% win rate at the last major. So, oh, there's another agi ranged hero coming onto the ban list there for the Shepherds. That's the Sniper. So, you can see that the Shepherds definitely have a preference for who they'd like to ban. See what the Bulldogs respond with. 7 seconds left. They go with the Naga. Okay, no split push. Hyper farm Naga for you. That's fair enough. And oh, there you go, another ranged agi hero. I'm definitely seeing a theme right now. So, okay. Necrophos up against the Lion. That's kind of rough. I'm surprised that you'd pick the Necro into the Lion. I guess you're hoping that the Lion doesn't have much impact. However, if you use your Death Shroud at the wrong time, then that Finger of Death will just hurt that little bit more and may even end up killing you straight off the bat later on into the match. So, the Husker ban coming out. Fair enough, that's a Mr. British special getting put on the ban list there, respect ban there. And then the typical Jakiro pick coming in. Always see this hero in the Pacific Brawl League and in most games, most Captain's Draft games to be honest, because it's such a strong hero in what it presents to the team. So Legion Commander coming out. Now, a little bit of a story. Mr. British, he was a bit late coming home to join this game. So that's why the stream was a little bit delayed. I believe his punishment there is to actually pick the Legion Commander. So that's why it's coming out on the side of British Bulldogs. Just a little story there for you. A little explanation. But it's being followed up by the Outworld Destroyer. It sounds so wrong. Just the... what it used to be, like the Outworld Devourer or something like that? I can't... Anyway, it's the OD being picked up as well. So, fairly strong combo there. They're kind of anti-synergistic with the Astral Imprisonment on the dual target. Might be a little bit of back and forth there. Maybe mistakes can happen, but British Bulldogs will believe that they have the synergy, the ability for that not to happen. We'll see indeed. But with a line backing up your duels, basically the Finger of Death will guarantee the duel victory. You'd hope so, especially against this squishy lineup that Shepherds has, by the way. Full int so far. They're going to have to really think about who's on the front line for these next two picks. I'm expecting some big offlaner, like a Primal Beast, someone to just jump in and disrupt. Of course, Timbersaw is still in the pool, a really strong hero right now, actually being picked up in the other game, being cast by PDG. So, yeah, if you wanted to check that out as well. You can watch both streams at the same time, I'm sure. By the way, another int hero being picked up, it's the Lich. Okay, so all about that backline. I guess they're relying on the Necro to tank everything at the front. But if you can't even get the Death Shroud off while being dueled, I'm not sure what Shepherds can do after that. Usually you can get a Blink duel off before Silencer gets his global ultimate off, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Now, Anti-Mage being banned, followed by the Bloodseeker ban. Bloodseeker being picked up quite often now. Quite pretty strong, I'd say, mid-game hero that actually scales decently well thanks to his Shard, I believe, and the Axe. A surprising amount of damage, as risky as it is, but still fairly easy to pilot as well, from what I understand. And of course the Anti-Mage, the split push, hyper farm carry, that's just decently strong against so many targeted spells that British Bulldog has. So nice ban there, I do like that, and the Faceless Void as well. I mean, if there was a Void on Shepard's team, then they've got so much to throw into the Chrono, it's actually kind of insane. So I do like that ban as well. Shepherds, they respond with the Jug ban. Okay, so another one that kind of gets in on top of Shepherds there, and absolutely tries to clean house. We'll have to see what British Bulldogs picks here for their final, I believe, either the carry or offlaner. You can run Legion Commander in the safe lane, however it's typically an off-lane hero. So we'll have to see what they pick up. I believe it will be Acid Rain's position 1 hero. It's the Chaos Knight. Oh, my favorite. Let's go. Alright, so pretty good at blowing up all the int heroes on the side of Australian Shepherds. Doesn't care too much about the silencers. Well, silencers. As you can just right click them, of course. You can't really stop him from hitting you. And the only stun that Australian Shepherds has is Jakiro Ice Path. As long as you're not counting Necro Ult, which you wouldn't just throw that out haphazardly, you know? So I do like the CK pick here. Does have a lot of damage on the side of British Bulldogs, actually. Lion Finger, Venomancer damage over time. Legion Commander just stacking their damage. I mean, that's just a rough team to go up against in general, but there's a couple of flaws you can get through that kind of tear it apart. Because if Legion and CK, if they get caught out by themselves, then I like Australian Shepherd's chance of actually winning a team fight there. Oh, and the PL pick. Okay, okay. So CK, all about that single target damage, not really strong against a PL. So especially if he gets a quick diffusal blade, it's kind of GG for the CK. So hard to pin down which is the correct Phantom Lancer as well when you're playing as the Legion. Trying to duel always feels real bad when you duel an illusion by mistake. So, and there's so much distractions from the side of Australian Shepherds to keep the attention of British Bulldogs while the PL can potentially just annihilate the backline there. The Lion, the Veno, even the OD does suffer against that diffusal as well. So, exciting lineups. Can't wait to get into the matches here. We'll have to see. Snagard, is that Vicadian? Just double checking there. Jonesy. Yep, Jonesy is Jonesy. Chessies is Chessies. Snagard is Vicadian. Okay, there you go. Meanwhile, just checking on the enemy team there. The Radiant. Those cosmetics, though. I do like those CK Immortals. Doesn't have the golden shield, though. Very interesting. Meanwhile, PL looking very drippy right now. Wow. Alright. Game is loaded. Let's check out who is playing as who. First of all, on the side of British Bulldogs, we have Acid Reigns playing as the Legion Commander. Not Mr. British, actually, but Acid Reigns. And speaking of Mr. British, he's playing the OD, Outworld Destroyer. Finally, Perfy Sage. Well, not finally. Perfy Sage on the CK. Chick Hicks on the Venomancer, and finally Quantum on the Lion. Following up now on the other side of the map. I was going to say that, but they've kind of crossed over into Radiant territory here. But we have Pikachu on the Jakiro, Doggy playing the Lion, the Lich there, Silencer being played by Vicadian, aka Snaggard, Chessie's on his Necrophos, pretty common pickup for him. I've seen that before. Should be pretty effective on it. And finally, Jonesy playing the last pick PL. So, exciting lineups, like I said in the draft. We'll have to see how this works out. I kind of like that final pick PL a lot. I mean, it's really all that you need for the side of Shepherds. Maybe a little bit more tank would be nice, but to be honest, I'm not sure what you do to counter the PL here. If maybe CK Battle Fury is really rough to build on that hero, since the illusions don't really benefit from it. So, and you want to build as much stats and damage as possible when you're playing a CK, so that your illusions can kind of tank and dish out as much damage as you do. So, checking this out here, the safe lane CK up against Necro and Jakiro. Quantum's just running into the lane now. Top lane, Venomancer and Legion Commander up against the PL and the Silencer. And mid, we have a mid Lich. This is real interesting here. Doggy already giving the tip out to Mr. British. He's still in some mana with the Astral Imprisonment there. Lich, though, he can just steal it back with the Sinister Gaze, so it's not too big a deal. Does it? It steals max mana. Yeah, max mana, so never mind. He might get some mana back, but it's hard cat. Meanwhile, though, Quantum and Perfy Sage, they managed to kill Chessie's for the first blood. Necrophos going down, that's a rough start already, but when you don't have your Ghost Shroud, that's what it's called. I was calling it Death Shroud, what the hell? Ghost Shroud there on the Necrophos, then it's pretty risky to go up in last hit, but he did pay for that already. Quantum level 2 will be able to suck off some mana, keep himself topped up. Meanwhile, top lane, pretty typical affair. Mr. PL getting bullied a little bit thanks to this Venomancer. No, still level 1 though. And finally mid, this Lich, he's got his bottle. Did he just dodge that Arcane Orb hit with the Astral? I'm not sure quite what that was, but anyway. Pervy, there's the lifesteal going on, nice. This is one of the huge benefits of CK and one of the reasons it's so annoying to deal with in lane. It's because you bring him low, but he can just go and lifesteal all his health back, so... And suddenly you're out of mana, you can't fight back. Talking about out of mana, Mr. British using all of it to steal the Liches. Meanwhile, Doggy's putting his points into that Frost Blast. Gonna be dishing out a decent amount of damage with that lag spike. Acid Rains is paused. I don't know what check hex is on. Purview Sage. So there you go. That's the one responsible. Right here, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the result. I mean, the result. I don't know what I'm talking about. Meanwhile, check that out. Chessie's currently being impaled by a spike. That's pretty unfortunate positioning. Quantum is just completely ruining Chessie's day right now. But at least the CK is nowhere close to follow up, so he should be able to just walk away. Waiting for the candle flavor. Is that what you... The candle flavor? It's like a scent, isn't it? I don't know what you're doing to your candles there, but alright, Chick Hicks. Pretty standard affair from the Chick Hicks, the typical all chat. Meanwhile, I might just move this little graphic down here. Does that fit better? I think it fits pretty well there. I like it. It's good. Alright. He has reconnected. He's saying he's ready. Unpause should be coming out any second now. Grabbing some water, of course. Gotta keep my throat parched, I think is the word. Anyone go? There we go. Game has resumed. Now, checking out these last hits. Chessie's, despite that early death, he's not doing too bad in his last hits there. Very necessary for Necrophos in lane, so he can keep himself all topped up with that Heartstopper Aura. A little bit of a stun duo coming out there. Nice. Pikachu just eating both. He's pretty tanky for Jakiro so far, so will be absolutely fine. Meanwhile, up top, Vicanian taking a lot of last hits there. Well, not last hits, but right clicks. I mean, from there's a Veno. Very brazen there by Chick Hicks. And there's the more tips coming out. Says that's not even your lane. And he's watching that up top. Oh, by the way, Doggy taking down Mr. British gives the tip as well. Oh my, the BM already this game. Nearly 4 minutes in, 1 kill to 2. So Australian Shepherds are in the lead. Doggy will be very happy about that kill. He's going for the early phylactery, I believe, which is an interesting pickup. That's going to proc on both his Frost Blast and his Sinister Gaze. I think it works on Chain Frost too, which you might not necessarily want. Meanwhile though, Quantum falling down bot to the damage over time from Jakiro and Chessie's final hit there. I believe maybe a stray Death Pulse secured that kill. Will there be a death recap? There we go. Look at that, 300 damage from the Death Pulses, 3 casts of it. What is the cooldown on that? Down to 7 seconds, so Quantum just eating multiple Death Pulses and dying for it. Wow, missing kills left and right. What the? Mr. British coming back to lane. Doggy just kills him once again. This Lich is definitely a threat to the game now. Jonesy, by the way, he's running away. Acid Rain's going deep into them. Well, into them, excuse me. Acid Rain's just running into their side of the map and trying to get in their face. Trying to get as much damage as possible. Meanwhile, Mr. Farmer having to walk back to lane. Poor Mr. British. This is the punishment you get for being late, by the way. You have to face a Doggy Lich mid, who's already level 6, by the way. Just checking down but things are progressing steadily. The Necrophos still on top in terms of last hits and denies as well. Chelsea's definitely getting his last hit practice in. Is that still a thing? Can you still access the last hit trainer? I believe you can. I hope so. I mean, Valve and removing features. I don't know. Anyway, Acid Rains, of course, just eating the damage. He's pretty tanky. He's got that braces, still got a few tangos to his name, even a healing lotus if need be, so not very scared. Despite the lich, he's hitting top. No points in the frost shield. He's going full aggression, by the way. Ooh, chick hits. He hits the venomous gale, but should be all good. Meanwhile, down butt Quantum taking a lot of damage there, being forced away by Pikachu. Pervy Sage, he's got 23 last hits. It's not too bad. Can be kind of rough as a CK when you're trying to not just get the last hit, but you're just trying to hit down creeps. When those Chaos Strikes activate, when you don't want them to, and you miss the last hit because of that, it just feels so bad. I remember back when, it wasn't that long ago, was it? Where CK's Chaos Strike was, after a set amount of hits, you'd guarantee the crit and lifesteal. By the way, this little fight going on mid, is this the death? Yes, it is! Doggy dying to the Astral Imprisonment, the 4th point, the value, able to take down the Lich, who was having a really strong early game. By the way, Chain Frost being thrown out there, dealing 1,000 damage with his skills, but not quite enough. Raindrops keeping him alive indeed. Yep, Raindrops XD. Meanwhile, Acid Rains, he's not doing too bad. He's got more last hits than his position 1, so very happy Legion Commander here. Not really punished. I mean, there's not much you can do as a silencer. It's not like Acid Rains is casting spells 24/7. Meanwhile, oh, Quantum actually rotating up top. They want the kill on either the PL or the silencer, but they won't be able to find anything here as yeah, I don't think Legion's quite ready to start attacking yet. Meanwhile, down bot's just the Necro. Pervy Sage is just gonna get some hits in. Hopefully, try and lifesteal, keep himself sustained. Like the early Helm of Iron will pick up. So you don't really need the boots with Reality Rift. Quite early, so the extra armor and health regen is greatly appreciated. Seeing what's going on. Looks like mid's back to normal. There's a regen rune on Lich, so he's going to feel free to just spam his spells. He does have his ultimate ability once again. All the Meteor Hammer coming out though. Mr. British gets the hit off. Doggy is suffering already. By the way, up top, Chick Hicks takes down the silencer, but has to run away from those illusions there. Jonesy will be very happy with that assist. No, wait. Jonesy didn't take that kill. Chick Hicks took the kill, my bad. They're just tipping each other, that's why that confused me. Anyway. So, 3-5, 9 minutes in. Not too bad for Australian Shepherds, however, Mr. British already getting pretty scary there. Going to be forcing this Lich out of lane pretty soon. As his power level is just... I mean, he's caught up in levels, what is that? I guess it was just thanks to that one kill there with the Astral Imprisonment. Was enough to bring Mr. British back into the game. Oh. In some more water as Doggy finally... He falls once again. Sorry. Thought there'd be some action down bot, but they're content to farm. Quantum just hanging back because he's kind of low. Wants to get aggressive. We'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, this is what I was talking about. OD getting pretty scary. Despite that rough start, he's going to be able to rotate and get things done for his team. Here we go. Oh, he even gets the Arcane Rune. That's so good. He's going to head on top with that, of course. Meanwhile, Lich will point out that the OD is missing. Let's see, Silencer, he's got to be careful here. He's getting spotted out with the Venom wards, the vision being pretty handy there. But nice work by the Shepherds, recognizing what's going on. They know that Mr. British is at least hunting them down, if not directly in the area. By the way, Azure is taking a lot of damage. Vicadian could be in trouble though. He gets the duel. Will he win the duel though? He won't win the duel. Still gets the kill though, thanks to Chick Hicks. But no damage. That's kind of unfortunate. He does have the blink dagger, by the way. Just noticed that. As Mr. British, he caught Doggy on the side there, trying to rotate up top as well. Just a free pick off there on the mid lich. Meanwhile, Pervisage has to run away. Nice venomous gale there from Chick Hicks, keeping his carry safe. Pervisage though, he's looking for more. He's pretty strong right now. Thanks to his ultimate, he's got the boots this time too. Acid Rains, he's jumped in as well. They want this Jakiro, but nice ice pot. Oh, the Astral Imprisonment range. And there's the Meteor Hammer to follow. Acid Rains picking that kill. So, 7-5. What a fight there. It's kind of drawn out, but ooh, that's kind of risky. The PL coming back there. Just checking out that Meteor Hammer. The damage is pretty nuts. So effective on OD thanks to the timing. Thanks, the combination with his Astral Imprisonment just sets it up perfectly. So, did notice though, down bottom, that's a missing tower right there. That's the first tower to fall this game. Going the way of Australian Shepherds. I'd be pretty happy about that. Little bounty rune pick up. This is a invis rune. I wonder what the Lich is going to try and do with that. He's going to head up top. Let's see if he can actually find someone though. Jakiro will back him up. And, I mean, Acid Rains and Chick Hicks, they're none the wiser. They might notice something's off. There is a ward there, but of course being invisible. Oh, no, there's a sentry as well. Does he get spotted? Oh, Chick Hicks is in trouble. No, he's all caught out by himself. But here comes the Legion coming back. Will they be able to take down the Jakiro at least? No. Oh, actually he does. There's the jolt. There you go. Venomancer living there. The bait by Chick Hicks. And Doggy threw his ultimate out, but didn't really get much of it. So there you go. Easy duel victory for the Legion. That's the first little bit of duel damage going his way. An extra 10, very much appreciated, I'm sure. And yeah, looks like the Shepherds there are definitely on the back foot. PL still, he just has that diffusal blade so far, still yet to get boots or anything. It's just sitting on the courier, but he needs to farm, and he's going for a more early game centric build with the Sanj and Yasha there, which is interesting because at least you can disassemble that for the bigger items, the halberd and the mantis style. But it's not like you're gonna buy a halberd on a PL. It's pretty effective against CK and OD, but CK he can just ult, and OD of course can just Astral Imprison himself. So, or decent against the Legion too. And then finally, you don't really want to be picking them up on your position 1. Not a great item to be farming for, but nevertheless, Sanjin Yasha, very good mid-game item. That's probably what he's desiring. Is just some mid-game power, just so he can join the fights with his diffusal. We'll have to see. Alright, nearly 15 minutes in, 8 kills to 5. Less than 1k net worth lead here for the British Bulldogs. As Mr. Farmer here, Mr. British, trying to look for more, does get stunned up, but he's pretty fast. Does seem that I am lagging here. Defense End saying, is this Warcraft? Unfortunately not, this is Dota 2. Unfortunately or fortunately, I'm not sure what your preference is, but I mean, Dota did originate as a mod for Warcraft, as all Chick Hicks. Not technically a mod, it was a custom map, should I say. Oh, Doggy. He picks off the Venomancer using his ult though. He's pretty dead once Mr. British and Acid Rains arrives on the scene. They get the vengeance for their Venomancer. So well worth it in Chick Hicks's eyes. Alright, Jonesy heading up top, going to keep farming. He's still got a while to go. Chessie's has a Radiance, by the way. Wow. So he's going to be able to accelerate his farm with that. Oh, definitely got that shard as well. Death Seeker is pretty good for Necrophos. That mobility that it gives. Being able to jump into the middle of the enemy team and just be an absolute nuisance with the miss chance from the Radiance. So good against CK as well, thanks to that. The one thing he does not want to do is miss his all-important lifesteal hits. So buying that Radiance is pretty standard fare for Necrophos, but very good for this game. Oh, Mr. British and Chick Hicks together, they've walked into 4. This is a very dead OD. There you go, the dominating kill spree ended there. Meanwhile, Quantum just barely alive. There you go. He does fall as well. Chick Hicks managed to escape though, somehow. Good on you, a little Venomancer. I'm not sure why Quantum was still there. And he does pay for his sins. Chessies. This reminds me of back in the day when Necro would stand on a cliff like right here. It used to be a lot closer, didn't it? And you just passively farm Chessies. He is falling pretty low, but that region, look at it go. 34, 41 HP per second thanks to the last hits. Even getting the mana back thanks to the Occult Bracelet. Nice pickup there. And he gets all that Ancient Creep stack. What was that, 2 stacks? Pretty nuts. The farm acceleration. So, 9 kills to 8 now. And those were some pretty important recent kills. That Mr. British one especially. So, looks like Australian Shepherds not doing too bad. Jonesy has to play it safe. He does get caught out. The real PL is going to get dueled up as well. There's the finger. There's the guaranteed duel victory. Alright. Both a stack of finger damage and a stack of dual victory damage as well. Acid Rains with the 30 at this point. Got the Crystallis too, so he's going to be critting for even more. Meanwhile, Australian Shepherds moving on to that mid tower. Everyone but Chessies, of course, who's just annoying the CK as much as he can. Talking about CK though, Hand of Midas. Okay, he wants to match the farm of the PL and the Necro. Well, a decent enough pickup for CK. It does give the attack speed, which is quite nice for him and his illusions. It takes a while for this item to pay itself off and then give dividends. And by that point, you've pretty much fallen off as a CK. So, not my favorite item there, but who knows? We'll have to see. I do see that Sacred Relic queued up as well. So, let's see. Probably a Nullifier. It's definitely a Nullifier, right? He's going to skip the Armlet and go straight for Nullifier. I don't know how I feel about that. But I guess it works well for Necro. The thing about Necro though is once his Ghost Shroud is gone, he's pretty dead regardless, so you don't necessarily need to dispel it. I'm not sure. Maybe Pervy Sage knows something that I do not. I mean, of course, most players in this league are better at the game than I am, so of course I could be completely wrong. There's top here. Huge dual victory for Chessies. Taking that victory thanks to the Lich throwing out that Chain Frost. Mr. British and Chick Hicks also falling there. And not the team fight that British Bulldog were expecting. Fighting under Australian Shepherd's tower there. And that cost them 3 lives. So, nearly 20 minutes into this game, 10 to 11. But look at that net worth lead now. Okay, let's have a look at that as well on the side. But Chessie is right on top with that Radiance burn. Getting them so many creeps, plus the assists and the kills there. He's looking pretty happy. Meanwhile, Acid Rain's already nuked to a quarter HP. Here comes the CK trying to take down this Necrophos. Ghost Shroud on cooldown. Is that a dead Necro? It is! The poison damage from the Venomancer takes him down. Meanwhile, Mr. British looking for more. He's chasing them down, but he won't be able to reach them in time as the TP's coming out. Pikachu. This is the back line I'm talking about. Like, once the Necro's down, then you've only got your PL to back away to, and he's not quite strong enough. Meanwhile, yeah, there you go. Pikachu, he gets caught out and does die. Jonesy, meanwhile, he's pushing down bottom lane. Going to do a little bit of rat Dota, a little bit of split push. So, check out that net with lead 3k above the next. I mean, it's 2.5. No, 3.5. You can tell I failed grade 12 maths. No, grade 11 maths, wasn't it? Grade 11 maths. Go for me. Because sometimes numbers just don't work. Jesse's in the danger zone, as it seems all of British Bulldogs is grouped up here. However, they do get spotted out. That phylactery on the Lich, slowing down Check Hicks, doing quite a decent amount of damage actually. Look at that. Not bad. Doesn't opt to use the Spirit Vessel to heal himself up, so... Meanwhile, OD's just got the Hurricane Pike and the Meteor Hammer, but honestly that's all you need. He's got so much damage thanks to his Arcane Orb that he's pretty happy right now. He's aiming for the BKB as soon as he can, but going to take a while. He's only got 500 monies, 500 gold. Jesse's, what's he got on that courier? Let's have a look. A Pipe of Insight. Okay, so going to reduce the effectiveness of this Venomancer. He died once to the damage over time. He's like, nah, no more. Never again. So he straight up buys the pipe. There's a smoke coming out onto 5. They're going to look for more. They're going to crash head on into this Legion Commander. Will they get the catch? There's the Ice Path. Well played by Pikachu there. Jonesy on the chase. However, on the side, Mr. British, he finds one. They're cancelled there by Doggy. The Chain Frost coming out. They're going to split up and reduce the effectiveness on that. Meanwhile, on the side there, this poor CK is getting baited and kited all over the place. Perfect Sage, the real one, gets Reaper's Scythe out of this game. 50 seconds that CK is dead. Very nice disengaged there up top while they were taking out the CK. Very well played there by Australian Shepherds. That initial catch onto Acid Range was good, but they're stuck around a little bit too long. Acid Range will get a kill here. That's, well, the kill went the way of Mr. British, but the dual damage, the necessary part, going to Legion there. 68 to his name now. Acid Rain's getting strong. Working on that BKB. Once that's finished, he's going to be quite the menace. So we're looking at 13. Look at that fight recap. So many spells going out, but ultimately the most damage coming out from Jesse's there, thanks to just his spells. There's no Radiance. Where's the Radiance? Alright, no Radiance burn at all. That's odd. Did he have it turned off? Wouldn't be able to tell you. Meanwhile, Tormentor falling. That's a Aghanim Shard there for the Lion. Spell immunity while mana draining. Not too bad, not too bad. Might just take another sip of water as we watch Jesse's farm. Alright. This mid-lich kind of fallen off in effectiveness. While his PL teammate goes down, Jonesy getting caught out once again. That's kind of rough. Maybe he needs to start kiting with his illusions, throwing some little extra plays there, just to ensure that his main PL doesn't get targeted like that. That's pretty rough. Pick-offs on your position 1, that's no fun at all for Australian Shepherds. They're going to have to play it safe for the meantime. But yeah, back to what I was saying, this mid-lich, he was looking very strong in the first 10 minutes of the game, but fell off super hard after getting killed twice there by Mr. British. And yeah, Doggy just doesn't look so good now. Might be going to the farm a little bit early, if you can, if you get what I mean. That was a pretty poor joke, and I'm sorry. Oh god. Jonesy's got the Sanj and Yasha aiming for the heart next, so he's going to actually be able to tank a couple of hits and be very threatening indeed. Meanwhile, Chessie's he's got the pipe, he's got the Kaya, and Sanj still has that radiance as well, looking very strong indeed. Look at that net worth difference. My god. So you can tell that they're on Big Pharma, because they definitely farm, that's for sure. Perfect Sage might be in trouble here. He's getting caught out. Doggy with the pulled back, followed by the Ice Path. There you go. Reaper Scythe to follow. Chessies will pick up another kill. Meanwhile, Chick Hicks, he's taken a lot of damage. Acid Rains, he's jumped in, he's used the duel, but the stun is there, the teammates are backing him up, and Doggy lives. Acid Rains falls, and that's 3 damage there for... No, wait, the duel ended. Oh, okay, nice. So it doesn't give the damage, but that's a triple kill there for the PL. Very happy about that. And suddenly, Mr. British, he's all by himself. He TP's up top, he doesn't want any of that. Look at that damage coming out. 3.2k, 3.3k almost. Just from the Necro alone. Meanwhile, the PL doing quite a lot in his own right. So, already 26 minutes into this game. Nearly 27. Meanwhile, PDG coming out. Let's go. Doggy Lich mid. WTF is this? Indeed. WTF is this? And fun fact, British Bulldogs is 0-2 with Legion Commander. Is this the first win for LC? We will have to see. I mean, it's looking pretty rough so far for us, for the British Bulldogs, but there is always comeback potential. They're not that far behind in terms of kills. Net worth, they need a little bit of catching up. But it's so hard to catch up to this Necro once he's gotten that Radiance, man. Difficult to kill him as well when you don't really have an MKB builder. I mean, OD, he can buy it, but not the best for him. Acid Rains, yeah, still no. You'd rather just straight up damage like the crit or even attack speed before you'd want to MKB. And this might be another duel victory going away. Oh! I thought that was going to be picked up by the PL, but the duel ended and there's deaths all over the place. Mr. British getting taken out as well. Double kill there for Chessies. I guess they jumped in, didn't expect the entire enemy team there. Very well played by Australian Shepherds with their positioning, backing up their PL and getting that... Well, I was about to say the dual victory, but they didn't get a dual victory. They just got the kills. Which, I guess at the end of the day is better. Anyway, 14-19, 10k net worth lead now for the side of Aussie Shepherds. We'll have to see what British Bulldog pulls out of their sleeves. Might be Chick Hicks taking out this courier and dying. Oh no, the defusal. It's disgusting on this PL. It just slows down Venno to a cruel. He's only got that 4-staff to keep him safe. But when you don't have the mana to use it, then you're kind of dead. There's not really much you can do. Just got to watch him. Jonesy here is taking out this tier 2 up top lane. There you go, and Mr. British, he's finished that BKB. That's going to be very important in these upcoming fights. Going to nullify the Radiance Aura, as well as most of Necrofrost's damage output, plus the pretty much the entire backline of Australian Shepherds there. I'll have to see. Smoke here for Aussie Shepherds. Arcadian bringing that to his team as another courier. And... will they smoke? I mean, they're just they're just taking this tier 2 in mid. And there's really not much that British Bulldogs can do about it. They're opting to split push instead. CK throwing his illusions to that tier 1 down bot. I see he's got another Helm of the Iron Will, so he is aiming for that nullifier. So, wow, I cannot English sometimes. No armlet build. Very odd indeed. You get so much from the armlet as a CK, but I guess when you're up against the Necro with that Radiance, plus the damage over time from a lot of the heroes here, then it can be pretty rough indeed. So, might be what he was thinking. Every Sage, yep, there's the Ghost Shroud coming out. He does need to wait for that, I guess, before he engages, but Mr. British, he's just getting taken down by Jonesy there, and CK just backs off. There's not much he can do, even with his illusions there, so... Ooh, very rough game for British Bulldogs indeed. Now, 15 to 21, 30 minutes in, and that's the first Rax to fall. Possibly followed by another. They're doing their best to defend. Quantum gets caught out, but Chessie's, it might have just been a bait. He gets the Ghost Shroud off, eats a Finger of Death, and Acid Rains, he jumps in, but immediately gets destroyed. Look at that damage coming out. No, wait, he did have the BKB, but it was on cooldown. Unfortunate. Quantum to fall. Jonesy's just going ham underneath those tier 4 towers. And Chessie's follows him up, gets another kill. There's a double kill, unstoppable kill spree for this Necrophos. Now, GG's being called there. 15 to 24, 18k net worth lead. There's nothing that they could really do to stop this Necro. You could see when he popped that Ghost Shroud, he not only nullified most of the right clicks there, but he healed so much with every death pulse. By the way, that was the first pick there for Australian Shepherds, so well played there. British Bulldogs, they hung in. They got some pretty decent plays in there. I saw that, Mr. British, with your Meteor Hammer destroying Doggy once that was bought. But overall, the victory going towards Australian Shepherds. I'd have to say my MVP for both teams so far would have to be, of course, Mr. British in mid, getting those early kills and keeping his team in that mid game. However, my other MVP, Chessie's here, was just way too difficult to deal with. And then on top of that, you've got the PL. So very nice draft there by Australian Shepherds. And we'll have to see if they can get the 2-0 or British Bulldogs can make a comeback in this next game. Just checking out everything here. These are the items that were bought. And not sure about that name there, Mr. Doggy. Oh no, wait, that's X. What? Okay, alright. Yeah, wow, that caught me off guard. That was the first match between these two. We'll have to call it here, and we'll see you in the next match. Thanks for watching, and ciao.